23 points for Houston as we get started here in the second quarter. And Snow on the floor to begin in the backcourt for the Sonics.
This is a gamble by George Karl. Terry Cummings, who was reluctant to shoot earlier, has gotten a little happy, and he's coming out with his nose on the rim. We'll see if he keeps it up.
But Terry has been a fabulous pickup for George Karl and Wally Walker here in Seattle. He has really done the job in McIlvain's disappearing act.
Barkley open for three. And nothing but Sonics on the glass. Sam Perkins, top of the key, three-pointer on the way.
This is where the Rockets really struggle against Seattle. They have guys like Charles, Garden Perkins, and Akeem. They love to basket hang and play team defense. They got killed in transition by Perkins.
Saddiel Threet lost the handle.
This is the kind of start that the Sonics had hoped for. Not only offensively, but defensively. They've got the energy. They're allowing to slap, hack, and get away with a little bit more than they normally would. Big rebound, Willis.
Steve, we were talking last night about what the Sonics are like once they get a lead in a ball game.
This Sonic team is a better team with their nose out in front. They're fragile psychologically, and once the game gets tight or they're behind, that's when they have a tendency to tighten up.
If you are wondering, the team in the lead after the first quarter has won each game of this series.
Sam Perkins, who just comes in and guards whoever has the hot hand. Incredibly long arms, now standing over the top of Barkley in the low box.
Barkley passes out of the double team. Eddie Johnson on the move. Got it.
Now that's the reason they got Eddie Johnson with the make baskets. He had said earlier he'd been rushing his shot. Took a little bit more time, knocked that one down.
But Houston has to do a better job of getting Eddie lots of shots. And he is one of the game's great scorers.
Detlef Schrempf. And Willis with the rebound. Olajuwon will be back into the ball game at the next stoppage of play. Three, wide open, top of the key. Way off the mark.
Three still is not in the best of shape, but, you know, he's very dangerous when he's going to his left, and that one was wide open and just measured it, missed it.
Houston's offense, as bad as they're playing right now, they made New York look good.
The NBA on NBC is brought to you by Sprite. Image is nothing. Thirst is everything. Obey your thirst. Sprite. By Plymouth. One clever idea after another. That's Plymouth. And by Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth.
Welcome back to Key Arena, and one of the supporting signs for the Houston Rockets and their big three says age is important only if you're a cheese.
Greg, in this series, there's 15 key guys, 8 for Houston, 7 for Seattle. 11 of them were drafted more than 10 years ago. This is not a young man series. And Terry Cummings, one of those elder guys, throws down the nice jump hook.
Elder is okay. Elder is good.
Olajuwon is back in and Barkley is out, but you can see that Seattle has dominated the inside scoring. They're going to get a foul against Terry Cummings. He barks away, and Dick Bavetta, you know, Bavetta threw out Shaq, so you know he's going to throw out Terry Cummings.
Well, wait a minute. You knew Bavetta was not going to take the first taunting from Shaq. He comes right back, and Shaq says, again, Bavetta, just get out of here.
In case you missed the first one. Terry Cummings takes a seat on the bench with his third personal. Maloney, Eddie Johnson, Willis, Drexler, and Olajuwon on the floor for the Rockets. Drexler open top the key for three.
Finally, some offense for Houston has really struggled. Seattle's the quicker team today.
Kemp. Tapped up again. Shawn Kemp.
Olajuwon got caved in, got underneath the basket, couldn't get back out. All the Shawn Kemp stuff has been in close.
Drexler scoops one up, batted out. Here come the Sonics. 5-on-2. Wingate. And batted away. Great play by Maloney. Drexler dives and out of bounds to Seattle.
We are in the playoffs.
This effort by Maloney and Drexler tells you that they want to go back to Houston ahead 3-1. There was no chance for Clyde to get that and do anything with it, and yet out of bounds and into the side.
Reminds us of all those old clips we've seen of Bill Walton diving for loose ball.
Now, this is a smart play. Try to attack Olajuwon. Drexler, big steal.
Hakeem's got 2 fouls. They should put Willis on. But then that would put Hakeem on Sam Perkins, and Perkins would just drill those threes as Hakeem roams the basket.
They've got to get Olajuwon in the ball game at the offensive end, though. That's the big key for them. 5 on the shot clock.
Willis's jump hook, no good. Drexler back outside. Clyde Drexler literally all over the floor today. Double team on Hakeem. Jumper from the side. That one forced by Drexler. Eddie Johnson with the putback.
And they're saying that's not supposed to happen. When was the last time Eddie Johnson got an offensive rebound?
4 for EJ. 32-30 Sonics. And a technical foul is called on George Karl.
Technical foul has been called on Seattle coach George Karl.
George Karl all the way out at center court. Dick Bavetta called it, and Eddie Johnson will shoot it.
I don't understand what he could be complaining about on that last play. Maybe it's been an accumulation. Maybe he just wanted to get a little airtime and get the crowd going on his side.
He felt these guys got pushed around on that offensive series by the Houston Rockets. But if you go back to the other night before, they've been doing as much pushing, shoving, holding, and grabbing as the Houston Rockets have. Seattle
has been the aggressor today, and that's why they have the lead. Houston lucky to be this close.
Drexler down, Ellie in.
Shrimp, baseline. Rebound, Ellie. Matt Maloney is yet to get off the mark in scoring so far this afternoon. Eddie Johnson on the runner.
That's not a good sign for Seattle. If that guy gets in the zone, you can turn the lights out.
He has 7, and it's the Rockets by 1.
You got to come to Sean Kemp if you're the Sonics. Olajuwon's got 2.
Nice job by Eric Snow with the feed for Sean Kemp, who has 10.
Rudy Tomjanovich up and down the bench yelling, hey, we worked on this pick and roll in practice. We talked about it in the locker room. Execute the defensive game plan.
Hakeem back outside. Maloney for 3. First 3 points of the day for Matt Maloney, who comes in averaging 15 and a half.
Seattle doing a good job here of getting Snow involved. Let Payton rest a little bit while he still plays and does the little things.
Payton back in the ball game.
Maloney again. And hits again.
He can check.
Seattle calls time with 6:16 to play in the first half. 39-34 Rockets. You're watching the NBA on NBC.
Welcome back to Seattle. I'm Jim Gray. Well, the Sonics did a very nice thing here on Mother's Day. They flew all of their players' mothers in. Right now, I'm joined by Barbara Kemp and Annie Payton. Mrs. Kemp, first to you from Elkhart, Indiana. Is this the first time that all the moms have been together at a game?
Yes, it is, and we're having a wonderful time.
Now, who's the most vocal up here? Who's really into the game?
Mrs. Snow over here, Eric Snow's mother.
Were you surprised that you're here?
Very.
What did you plan to do?
I planned on staying home because I was just here a few weeks ago, but I'm real glad that this happened and we're having a real good time.
Mrs. Payton, you're from Oakland?
Yes.
What did you plan to do today?
Well, nothing but go to church and then come back home and have dinner. But it was very nice to be invited to Seattle to spend it with my son.
Now you have 4 other children at home. I'm sure they're going to miss you today.
Oh, yeah. They always be jealous when I come to visit Gary.
Well, happy Mother's Day to you both. Nice to see you both.
And thank you very much.
And happy Mother's Day to my mom as well, Greg.
All right, Jim. And we to ours. Gary Payton scores inside. And the Rockets lead is now 3 at 39-36.
Jim McElvain stuck in the ball game during that break, and he's the guy that they've got during the offseason to give him some shot blocking and rebounding. They will need it. Let's see how his big body reacts.
Here's the man with the hot hand. Find some shots for Eddie Johnson.
Willis on the baseline will go the other way.
I just don't understand. You got guys who are stroking it.
And now we have a technical foul on Kevin Willis.
Kevin Willis reacting the entire time to try to show the official that he got pushed out of bounds, took exception to the call, and a technical. So this tells you the referees are not going to allow the players to show them up in any way this afternoon.
Not on Mother's Day.
Well, in that Houston locker room, you'd think there would be subconsciously some sort of letdown, a little bit of relaxation because they got back to even with the big win Friday night. But this team, Houston, they know how important this game is. Kevin Willis, he has no reason to complain about that call. But with Utah looking to close out the Lakers and get a good rest here, if this series goes real long, the winner could be exhausted against a very, very fresh Utah team.
5.5 to play, first half. Sonics with the ball, they trail by 2. McIlvain back into the game for the first time, and Charles Barkley off the bench for Houston. Back outside, Payton for 3.
Finally, some outside shooting as Gary Payton gets his 9th point of the day. It's all been inside off the penetration and the faulty rotation for Houston.
Eddie Johnson on the move, around and out. And loose ball foul is going to go against the Sonics.
When they post up deadlift shrimp here,